Hello friends, in this video lecture we are going to discuss the power angle equation for the synchronous machine. So let us begin. So friends, in our previous lectures we have discussed the dynamics and the swing equations related to the synchronous machine. Now today we are going to obtain the power angle equation for the synchronous machine. Okay, so first let us try to understand what is the power angle equation. Actually, it is a relationship between the electrical power output of the machine of the synchronous machine with the rotor angle. Okay, so this power angle equation is going to give us the relationship between the electrical power output with or in terms of this rotor angle delta. So before we actually go to the derivation part of this power angle equation, let us discuss some assumptions which are going to made to obtain the power angle equations. Okay, so let us discuss those assumptions here. The first assumption is that the mechanical input power is assumed to be constant during electromechanical transient period. Okay, see what is the understanding here. As we are considering the mechanical power input to be constant during electromechanical transient, definitely this transient will last for only some order of the seconds. Okay, so here ultimately what we are considering is the effect of speed governing loop. We are neglecting it. Okay, so what we are ignoring here is speed governing loop effect. We are going to ignore here. Okay, why we are doing so? You see, this electromechanical transient, as I said, it will be last for some order of second. Okay, it will be up to, let's say, for up to uh, 10 to 15 cycle it will last. Okay, during that period the mechanical input, the changes here are assumed to be constant. Why it is so? See what this speed governor it do whenever there is a change on the load side, accordingly it increases or decreases the mechanical input to the alternator by opening or closing of that steam turbine valve. Okay, so as this electromechanical transient, it is lasting only for some order of cycles, so this input what we will get through this speed governor will be almost equal to constant for that much order of cycles. Okay, so that is why it is okay to assume this assumption. Okay, because we have to give the justification for the assumptions, so this would be the justification for this assumption. Okay, because the transient period is lasting for some order of cycle, and during that order of cycle the speed governor is unable to respond, so that is why we can consider it that the mechanical power to be constant for that much period of transient. Okay, the second assumption is that the rotor speed changes are insignificant. The rotor speed changes are insignificant. What it means? Again, let me give you one more point here. This power angle equation has been calculated during the transient period. Okay, this has been calculated during the transient period. So here we can say that during the electromechanical transient, which is going to last for some order of cycle, the rotor speed changes will be insignificant. Okay, this effect we have considered while calculating the swing equation as well. Okay, as the transients are coming for very short cycles, so that is why during that period of transient we can consider that the speed changes of the rotor will be insignificant. Okay, the third one is that the effect of voltage regulating loop. Effect of voltage regulating loop during the transient is again ignored. Okay, during transient is ignored here. Okay, see why it is so, because we have to give justification for the assumptions why we are going to make those assumptions. Okay, you see that, as again I will tell you that same thing, during the transient which is going to last for some order of cycle, the voltage will not change. Okay, the generated EMF of the machine, it will remain constant. Okay, that is why the effect of voltage regulating loop is going to be ignored here. Okay, so with the help of these assumptions we are going to get the relationship between this electrical power output with this rotor angle. Okay, so before we actually get the relationship of these two, we have to get the simplified model for our synchronous machine on which we are going to uh, obtain that power angle equation. Okay, so in our next lecture we will be discussing that simplified model of the machine. Okay, then in next lecture we are going to discuss the power angle curve, which is nothing but the curve what we will get through this power angle equation. Okay, so in that lecture we will discuss the uh, complete derivation part of this power angle equation. Okay, thank you very much.